But there's some things I wanted to talk with you guys about. We talked about the holidays a little bit and how to survive those. Are you guys survive? Are you ladies surviving? Yeah. So remember that it's about finding balance. It's not about deprivation. I can't have that. And it's not about, I can have it all. Give it all to me. It's about balance, being prepared to win. Marcia and I talked a little bit today on her coaching call about being prepared to win. You know, knowing that the holidays are coming up and there's going to be people laying stuff on your desk at work. You're like, try my cookies. I got you a gift. 25 of your favorite cookies. Ah, shoot. You know, and yeah, you can have some. But you know what? Figure out what you're going to do with the rest of the 23 or the 22 that you don't keep. Give them away. Do something with them. Have a plan. You know, take stuff with you to work to where they say, oh, come to the break room. There's all this wonderful stuff. Everybody bring something tomorrow. And you look in there and there's fudge and brownies and all the chocolatey goodness that you'll ever dream of. And, you know, grab something from your desk and eat it on your way or something. You know, have something in there like a protein bar so that when you walk in that break room or wherever that might be, that you're not really just starving and just eat 15 brownies. Okay? Have a plan. Have something in your purse, something in your desk, something in your car, you know, that you can succeed. Plan ahead. Look at the restaurants, menu online. You know you're going there. Plan before you go what you're going to have to eat. Don't let what other people eat influence you, right? Go and have a good time, but you're not on a diet during those times. You're finding balance, okay? Remember that. It's important. You're finding balance during these times. You're finding your way. Right now, we may not be losing weight. Maybe we won't lose. Maybe some of you will, and I would say congratulations on that. But find your balance. Maybe your push isn't as hard. That's okay. This is about a lifestyle. It's not about I'm on a diet or I'm not on a diet. It's about a lifestyle. That I'm on a diet or I'm not on a diet stuff is what got us in trouble, right? For the most part, that's what got us in trouble and messed us up. So we just got to find balance. And that balance doesn't need to look like deprivation all the time. That balance needs to be just a beautiful balance of something that we enjoy in our life. And maybe it just means I don't gain weight at all. Maybe I hold my ground this holiday. And that's a win. You get to define what your win is. Nobody's here to judge you. Okay. I was talking earlier on my live online about how there were times when I gained 15 pounds during the holidays. Can you imagine that? From October, because my birthday, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then New Year's Eve. And I was all of them. I was celebrating 4 months of the 12. It's not good. That is not good. And it really did a lot of damage to my body. And, you know, I didn't have to go that far. I just thought, well, it's a holiday. I eat whatever I want. You know, what in the world? That mindset really, it was I love Terry. I love your live that you did earlier. And I'm so proud of you. And Terry talked about how that, if you didn't know, Terry has lost 200 pounds. Isn't that crazy awesome? And she was talking about hards. Terry, you want to share that? Can you do it? Let me see if I can unmute you. There you go.
Hello.
There you go. There you go. You don't have to talk real long, but whatever you want to say. I loved what you said.
So yes, I've lost over 200 pounds. In 2007, I had gastric bypass, and that led me to a lot of things. I don't regret having it. It was a great tool, but see, what happened was I didn't fix the inside, right? And so I don't know. I just I I my alcoholism and my food disorder got worse. And when I say my food disorder is because I struggled. I was a fight for me for the longest time. And I found a community locally that we work on our health as well. And I came to you, Allie, because I I don't have that belief I can go all the way, right? At 57 now as well. And I fixed the inside, or no, it's a work in progress, but I came a long ways. And I struggle with my food disorder, and I'm like a roller coaster. And I know for me, I need to be in community. I need to be with folks that are working on this. It's going to be a lifetime journey for me, and I'm in for it. And I go in and out, and I appreciate you, Allie and Tony, for you know, you lift me up. I need belief, and I've lost a lot of weight, but I have a lot inside this head that if I'm away from the community, I go right back to my old ways and thoughts. So thank you. I hope
You're a
that's what you're looking for. I don't know, but
yeah, you are a
choosing
blessing.
our heart is hard.
Yeah. You said earlier, choosing my heart is not easy. That choosing the right thing for her was not always easy. But she kept coming back to that because she knew it wasn't easy not to choose the right thing for her life. And I agree 100%. Like, when people look at us trying to do this during the holiday, they must think that I know some people think we're freaking nuts. What is wrong with them people? I've had women sign up during the holiday month. Like yesterday, I had 3 people sign up, and you sit there and think, well, these ladies are crazy. That's what I would have thought back in the day. And their family is like, what is wrong with them? But I see it as, oh my gosh, they're really serious. These ladies are serious. I think it's great. I think it's so wonderful. And it is like Terry said, it is hard to change your life. It is hard. But going back to where I used to be, that was so hard. Why did I act like it was harder to do this? This is hard. It is. I commend every one of you for doing it. It is hard. But where we came from, it's like I heard it put this way: a woman who's abused, you just get used. In a way, you kind of just get used to that. You get used to that behavior. It doesn't make it okay or anything like that. Sometimes it even makes it okay for some women. It becomes part of your life, part of what you expect life to be, and you just don't see out of it. And now, when I was in my marriage for almost 31 years, that was just how life was to me. And I thought I was happy in it sometimes, but I didn't think there was anything better. So I became accustomed to that and okay with it. Now I look back on it and I'm like, that was never okay. It was never okay. I wish I had believed that there was something, truly believed I always said, there's got to be something better than this. But I never would stand up for myself or fight for myself in that way. And I was mentally abused, physically abused every now and then, but mostly mentally abused on a daily basis. And I just became very accustomed to that, you know, familiar with my own pain, and it became normal to me. And so I'm saying that in this diet world too, I became very familiar with that. It was the way I felt was bad. It was a bad place, but changing that seemed more scary. Changing that, finding myself coming out of that relationship and that marriage seemed way more scary than dealing with the pain I already knew really well. The unknown was scary. Same with this diet. Being in that pain and feeling sick and fighting the battle of on a diet, off a diet was hard, but it's the hard I knew. And the other hard of changing that didn't seem like that was possible for me, that I could do that. And I hit rock bottom so hard in every area of my life that I just started to fight. It was either give up or fight. And I remember the day, and I really haven't told anybody this. I've told part of it. But the day I laid on Wade's bed by myself and he was at work and I felt so alone. And I have never felt that alone in my entire life. I didn't know what alone was until that moment. And that's when I asked God, why do I have purpose? Why am I here? And that's the day I thought, if I don't change this, I'm going to take my life. And that wasn't that long ago. And it was either take my life or fight like hell. I didn't believe truly that I could win, but I saw no other way to either quit, which I wouldn't do for my children. I didn't want to do anything like that to my children, or I was going to fight like hell to get out of that. And I decided to fight like hell. I never expected to win. I just knew that I was ashamed of where I was. And it changed every area of my life. That's the only way I got out of that fear, was to hit rock bottom so hard and accustomed to that old life, that old hard thing, and accustomed to it. But when I hit rock bottom so hard that I saw no other way out, that's when I fought for myself. And it allowed me to win. You know, sometimes some of the things that happen to us in life look like the things that will end us, and they could be one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to us. It really can. I said all that to say this. I see so many women in pain. They show up at BODBABES in pain. They're accustomed to that pain. That pain is familiar. And to change that would mean they have to fight. And so many women don't. When on the other side of that other pain that seems insurmountable is victory, an amazing thing where they fought for themselves and changed their life, healed their bodies. I see women come on here with 5, 6, 7 diseases at a time, high blood pressure, A1C out of control, on metformin for their sugar, all this stuff they've got that they could, for the most part, every single thing some of these women have, they could control with moving their body and what they put in their mouth. But they won't do it. I don't have time. They feel awful. They're sick, but I don't have time. I can't do it. It's too hard. It's hard to stay where you are. Don't stay there. Don't be blinded by the fear of the unknown. That unknown on the other side of that can transform and change your entire life to this beautiful thing that you didn't even expect. Sarita said the other day she came out 5 medicines, 5 medications. We see it all the time. When women fight for themselves, they change their lives. Meeting tonight was not supposed to be about that. So let me grab my notes. But it was pretty cool what Terry said earlier, because it is about community. So what I want you ladies to do, you're my core group usually. The ladies who show up at this are core group. I want you to think, and I want to answer from every single one of you, and your answer will not make me mad. I want to make Bod Babes better. And I need your help with that. I can only see one side. You're on the other side, and you experience something completely different than me. Sometimes I'm learning on my feet. Holy crap, what now? you know? And so I'm asking you to help me, and I'd love to hear back from every single one of you. The first question I'm going to ask, and you don't have to answer it tonight, but if you do have an answer tonight, that would be great too. But I want to hear it back from every one of you. And I'm going to put this inside of our large group, okay? Let me turn some of these mic off here. We've got some background noise. And let me hold on. All right, I think I got it. So the first question I've got is, well, first of all, I want to let you know, my heart is really to see a stronger community. So when Terry said that, it really hit me. That we really need more than just coaching or Tony reaching out to you or you having your coaching calls, following your app, all that stuff. We've got to figure out this community thing because we need each other. We are surrounded by, my grandma put it this way. If you want to be an eagle, you got to quit hanging out with the crows. You got to hang out with the eagles. Or you're going to be an eagle that talks and walks like a crow, and ain't nobody gonna like you. So if you want to be an eagle and soar with the eagles, you gotta change your birds of a feather flock together. That's what she said, right? So I agree. And we need each other. We need to be supportive to each other and help each other and get to know each other. And I want that to really happen this coming year. And that is something that I don't know how to really make happen. Any of you that are good at building communities, anything like that, building groups, challenges, been part of challenges, things that you've seen succeed, I would love to hear from you on it. But here's another thing that I would love to hear. If you looked at our entire Bod Babes program, everything that we give you, every single thing, and there was only one thing that you could say was valuable to you. There's lots of value, but your thing that would make you want to sign up at Bod Babes, I want to know what that would be. Okay, what would that one thing be for you? Okay, that's what I want to know. So think about that, think on it, and we're going to talk about it in group. And when we go into this new year, we're kind of all quiet right now. And that's okay. Don't fall off the wagon 100%, but that's okay, right? I get it. There's a lot going on. We've got people on cruise ships. We've got people traveling. We've got all kinds of things going on. So holiday parties, all that, that's okay. But I want this new year to go, when we go into this new year, to have a stronger community. I think it's important. How do you ladies feel about that? Anybody want to speak on that at all?
I think that's a great idea.
I do too. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like or how to make it happen. But we're going to have to figure it out because we do need each other.
I know that we all have our cell phones usually not too far from us when we're at work or we're at home.
Mhm.
If there's a possibility to build a group like through Facebook, so as people are texting, you're getting a notification right away because maybe somebody is having a struggle with something and they need help right there, or they've done something that is a small step like I did, thinking that, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But then everybody chimes in and says, no, no, good job, good job. And I think the atta girl pat on the back sometimes is what we all need throughout the day, because if we are at work and we're at a thankless job, was just there for a paycheck, I mean, that's gonna make your day. It's gonna put a smile on your face.
Mhm.
But it comes down to what are people comfortable doing? You know, are they willing to hook up on Facebook and have a community stronger on Facebook as well as on your app? Um, I mean, that's something that can be discussed too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. One thing that Tony had discussed was a accountability group
Yeah,
for whoever wanted to be on it for the weekends. I think that's a good idea
mhm.
because a lot of people have problems on the weekends, you know? So that's a good one, and people could choose to be part of it. Um, there's so many things that we could do, but we don't want to just do things for the just to be doing more. We don't have time to just do more.
Oh,
We need to do things that are going to be beneficial to you ladies. And that's why it's important that you speak up and say, hey, how about, or accountability partners? Maybe some of you want that. I've
oh,
heard from some ladies that they said, hey, I work out at home, and I wondered if we could do like a Zoom group workout where I'm not the only one working out in my, I can see my other bod babes on my screen and they're working out too. And we're all working out together. Stuff like that, keeping each other accountable. Just having we in the past we had three, four groups of we had ladies, but they would 3 or 4 groups of them of 3 or 4 women each per group, and they just had a texting group. And those 3 ladies just were there for each other. And they're like supporting each other. And hey, you can text me if you need some help. I'm right here. And there was just 3 or 4 of them in a group, and they just were there for each other all the time.
I bet those people who are texting each other probably are still texting each other.
Yeah. I actually had one of the ladies actually came back on the program, and she said, I was in that group. She's the one who brought it up. And she said, where's Christy? And she talked about the other people that were in the group. Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yeah, that's funny. I was gonna say that when you first brought it up, my first thought was that, and again, it's like Heather said, I love the Facebook idea, because most people go there. But my initial thought was, what if people partnered up, and maybe that's something that, that you guys figure out. I don't know, where you say, oh, you know what, we'll put these 3 and these 4 or whatever that are in the same time zone or whatever, whatever the circumstances are. But I mean, it would all be voluntary. So
Yeah.
if you're interested, you're interested. And if you're not, no harm done, right? Because
Mhm.
I know that if there was a Facebook group, I would join it and I would participate in it. I know that if 2 or 3 other women wanted to support each other, because I can only imagine as Bod Babes grows, I can't imagine that you guys want to get 300 texts a day, that you've got to respond to of people and meltdown, so I
It
mean,
can
we can
already
certainly rely on each other,
Mhm.
That reminds me of when we have at work a new hire, we do a buddy system and we pair them up with 1 or 2 people that they can go to ask questions for support. So this is very similar, and I could see how it does work,
Mhm.
you
Well,
know?
it could really help a new woman coming on too,
Yeah,
because you just feel overwhelmed. You just like don't know what to do. And I'm working on that too as well. I'm gonna be talking to Tony and Wade and discussing how we can teach macros in a more simple way. I'm always trying to simplify things, and so that's another whole conversation. But this group thing, becoming a better community, is really, really important for success. Whenever you think about bod babes, we're not just talking about weight loss here. We're really, at times, this program right here has has saved lives. I know it has. And I'll tell you, if we have someone come to us with some major issues and we can't help them because they feel alone and they are overwhelmed, then we've got to fix that. We've got to be a strong community, a strong support system for each other.
I know I'm overwhelmed because this is new, but like everybody else, we have all these other things going on in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So and that kind of makes it overwhelming. I mean, if we all didn't have families and other responsibilities and could just focus on this one thing, that would
Right.
be like ideal, but that's not the way the world works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why it needs to be as easy as we possibly can make it to succeed. And it needs to have people around us who are doing well at it so we can succeed. And all those things are really important, right?
I want to share something with the group.
Uh-huh.
Night before I got on here, I made a bunch of chocolate chip cookies. And I wanted to have one. Instead, I went over to my son and I said, "Here, have my cookie."
Oh, good job. Do you know you can have a cookie?
No, because that means it'll be like 2 or 3.
We talked about working this stuff into your diet.
Wait, can I say one thing?
Go right ahead.
I find that why I stay is the community. And I feel like you do a great job showing us the balance. Because if you go just to look at your page, I would think there's no way impossible, right? That's just so far out there to even achieve. But I feel that you being so real and showing us how to do life. Like, it's not perfect and we don't have to be perfect because, you know, when I get into myself, I feel like I'm not going to achieve it. So why even try? And you do a good job showing us like it's a lifestyle. It takes time. You know, I didn't get this way overnight. And I'm not, you know what, I started with you like 3.5 months ago, right? And I'm going to be 57. I am 57, but I was going to be 57. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have my body just like Allie at 57 in 3 months. But, you know, you coaches, you just tell us how it is, right? It took you a long time. It takes work. And I appreciate that because I really felt disappointed in 3 months. I didn't have an Allie body. But, you know, I'm gaining a little bit of belief it is possible. So I think you do a good job
Well, thank you.
with Tony and Wade.
You are making incredible strides forward. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you. And it's all right. It's all right here, that mindset, right? Changing that mindset, change your life.
I get emotional because it's a lifestyle
It is.
and I can't help it. And I'm sure a lot of others, we want that quick fix.
Mhm.
But, you know, if we just stay, and that's what I'm telling myself, just stay, the magic will happen.
Yeah, it will. I was searching YouTube. I'll never forget it because I was looking to find how to lose 30 pounds in 30 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I want it quick too. You want to talk about changing your mindset? Oh my God. I had to really change my mindset. So it doesn't happen overnight. You not only the body changes, but the mind changes. It doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't either. Well, listen, we're going to talk more about this in our bigger group inside of Train Rise. We're going to discuss. I would love you ladies to give me any input. I love positive feedback. I also love more negative feedback. I really do, because the negative stuff helps us grow. I love the pat on the back from you guys to me. Thank you. But I love man, Allie, this right here really needs fixed. or this is what is hard for me, or this is what I don't like. And how can we have more of this? I need this. Tell me what you need. That's what I want to know. Those kind of things. If there was only one thing at Bod Babes that is the most important thing that you would come on for and would stay for, what would that one thing be? That would help you more than anything. If we didn't have anything else, what one thing would help you more than anything? I'd love to know that, because that gives me a lot of insight, not only into sometimes we do things because we think everybody wants them, and it's actually just a bunch of crap that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? I want to get rid of the stuff that's not important. When you guys tell me that answer, that tells me what's important to you, and then I know what other things are not important to you. Okay? It really makes it better here. Listen, you ladies have a great night. Gotta let you go. Thank you for your time, and let's discuss this more in the big group. Have a good night.